Well, if you're still looking for Father's Day plans, we might be able to help you out.
Bo Fertig is at the San Diego Automotive Museum checking out cars and coffee. And I've already seen they've got some cool cars out there this morning. Hey, Bo.
Morning, Bo.
Good morning, guys. When you talk about a variety of vehicles, this is the place to come here on this bright early Sunday morning. We're next to this 1934 Plymouth. And I said, you know what? This is probably the oldest automobile in the lot. Joe, go ahead and turn around. This one, I don't even know the name. I'm joined by Scott and his father, Howard. Howard, tell us about what's going on with this car.
Oh, that's an old electric, and I'm not quite sure of the year. They were made by all kinds of people, Detroit Electric, and they were actually about a quarter of the cars on the road back in the 30s. Yeah. They're neat. They're like modern electrics, except slower and maybe quieter. So, yeah, neat old cars.
Scott is joined by his father, Howard. Coming to this event and hanging out with your father has got to be special for you, Scott.
Yeah, it's Father's Day, for God's sake. Yeah.
Glad to come.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see these old cars that are like me.
Is there one that stands out to you, Howard, out in the lot?
I don't think there's any made in, let me see, 2019?
2029.
1929. Haven't seen one yet. But if there is, he'll find it.
We'll get probably a Model A. There's a lot of 29 Model A's that show up here from time to time.
I was in the cars. I was in the rockets.
Well, we heard you're a very special man in your endeavors. But, Scott, let's talk about your automobile.
It's a 1934 Plymouth sedan. I bought it in 1973 for $175. It had been hot rodded back in the 50s. And it took me until about 1982 to be pretty much done, and I've had it ever since. And it's like every other old car, you're always working on it a little bit here and there. They're a little different than the Fords and the Chevys. They're actually, I think, a lot better car. They're a lot more steel in them. They had independent front suspensions, coil suspensions in 1934, which you didn't see in other cars until the late 40s. It's basically similar to a modern car, just older and a lot less aerodynamic.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Well, gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Father's Day to both of you. Nice meeting you. Young, 94 years old, and you look great, sir.
Thanks.
Good for you. Both of you guys do. Yeah, likewise. And, I mean, talk about a variety of cars, right? We have Lamborghini. We have the McQueen. These two gentlemen to the right of Joe own these vehicles. And people are just starting to show up. I was supposed to catch up with the man in his Thunderbird, but he's actually checking out the car we initially showed you. That is kind of the... Everyone has their eye on that vehicle over there, which is nice to see. But when you talk about a variety of vehicles, Father's just coming out here, enjoying a good time. Coffee hasn't been served yet, but the San Diego Automotive Museum is just setting up their tent as well. So come on out here to Balboa Park and enjoy some time with some good company and some amazing cars on the lot. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
My kids would be so excited over that Lightning McQueen.
Hey, I'm curious. When you were interviewing that gentleman with that car from the 30s, a white station wagon pulled up next to it. What kind of station wagon is that? It looks like an Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser from the late 60s. I'm just curious. Right there, right in front of you.
Yeah, and that was kind of an eye-catcher as well. Whose vehicle is this?
It's mine.
Good morning, sir. My name's Bo. I'm with KUSI. We're on a live interview right now. Very nice. Jason Ostel has an eye for beauty, and this one stood out to him. Could you talk about it?
It's a 70 Olds Vista Cruiser. You don't see too many of them, and the big thing about this is the glass in the hood. It's the original family truckster, you know.
Very nice.
But yeah, it runs great. It's a lot of fun. I've always liked the style of them, and wagons are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, there you go, Jason.
I grew up, our family grew up with a 1969 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. I learned to drive in a car like that.
Really?
1 year older than this one. The glass roof on top was a new thing. If you look at the roof, that you had that glass top. There it is, the Bruiser.
You
That's
knew
what we used
it.
to call it, the Vista Cruiser. I learned to drive in the Vista Cruiser.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Immediately, Jason's like, I think that's a Vista Cruiser. He was so excited.
My parents bought it brand new, and I can remember when they drove it off the lot, Dad was driving, Mom was in the passenger seat. It's a bench seat. I was standing in the middle of the bench seat with one arm around Dad, one arm around Mom. We didn't have car seats.
Yeah, I was like, wow,
Oh
Jason, you're dating yourself
Look at
now.
That's a boy, he's really done a good job with that, too. I have an appreciation for the Vista Cruiser.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks,
Bo. That was great.